everybody.
So I think I have something open somewhere.
Oh.
I have not put together. I'm so sorry. Oh, y'all will not know.
Everybody.
Hello and welcome to the opening session and the opening and welcome session of AuthorTube Writing Conference 2023. I am one of your hosts, the founder of the AuthorTube Writing Conference, and my name is Shanon. You guys will not believe the hiccups we've had this year in trying to get this conference going, even last minute. And I've been up since 3 o'clock because the website decided to kind of crash. The schedule page went really bad. And I had to rebuild it this morning, which put me behind on everything. And I just lost track of time. Okay, so welcome is the second annual AuthorTube Writing Conference, which is sponsored by Fictionary, a story editing software program for writers, who is also offering a free month for everyone who's attending the conference. You can find the link below in the description box. It's also linked on the website if you need to find that link later. My name is Shanon, writing under the name of SC Huston, and I've been lucky to have some great people who've given their time to help run the AWC this year. We've got lots of moderators and people who've helped with the outreach on social media, and of course, my wonderful partner this year, Margaret Pinard. And yeah, go ahead. I'll let you do it.
So I can introduce myself. Welcome, everybody. My name is Margaret Pinard. I'm a historical fiction and fantasy author of 6 books so far. We'll be joined today by some of our speakers who are waiting patiently backstage with their sparkling conversation hats on. So we'll introduce them in just a second, but we're going to talk about their presentations, but also cover some of the basics about the AWC. So if you have any questions right off, I will be monitoring the live chat. I know everyone is saying hello and it's going super, super fast, but I will be diving in just a second to check questions. If you can put a Q at the front of your question, that'll make it easier to find. We'll try to answer as many questions as we can, but if anyone in the chat knows the answer, feel free to answer and tell everyone and spread the knowledge. If we don't get to your questions, please come to our happy hour later today and 2 hosted after party events where you can ask whatever you want about writing and publishing.
Yes. And for those who have not been to the AuthorTube Writing Conference, we are in our 2nd year. So if you didn't have a chance to see last year's, this is a different type of writing conference. You don't have to sign up for this one. So it makes it accessible to everyone. So over the next few days, there will be roughly 35 speakers giving presentations about writing and publishing. And our website and my YouTube channel feature the full list of speakers. All speakers will also have a playlist of the presentations in their description box. And I do want to make a note that the schedule on the website is up, but it's only showing today. That's as far as I get. Margaret, I think you're hitting something. It's making noises. Yeah, so it's only up through today. I will be continuing to add the rest of the speakers on there. I had to rebuild the schedule page because it was not working anymore. So it will continue to build up, but you should see everything up there for today, including the after parties and the happy hours and all of those links and the feedback form. Okay, I'll let you take that over, Margaret.
Yes. So the schedule should be helpful, but just to know setting out, we have multiple presentations at the same time for most of the session slots. So what you want to do is take a look at the playlist. I'll drop that link in just a second, and pick out which ones you want to see. Make your own playlist, sort of note down in your planner if any of you are journaling dorks like we are. And you will be able to make your own sort of writing conference, scripted, tapered, formulated for you. So the other thing besides choosing which ones you're going to show up at for the schedule is to be aware of the feedback form. And I'll drop that in next. We'd love to get your feedback, anonymous or otherwise, for any presentations you go to. I've actually already put it in the chat, but it's probably way up at the top by now. So I will drop it in again. But that is just going to take you to a Google form where we can get to know what you think of each of the presentations so we know what is working and what isn't working. And providing feedback for every presentation also gives you a chance to enter the giveaways, which have over $2,800 worth of giveaway prizes, thanks to all our lovely donators and sponsors. So that's great.
Yes, and if you include your name and email address, which is not required, you will then be entered into the drawing. And there's a total of 40, I'm skipping around words here. There's a total of 42 prizes altogether, which is actually exactly double. When I was looking at it, we had 21 prizes last year. We have 42 this year, so it's double from last year. And many of these have been donated by AWC speakers and other companies who work with writers and publishers. We also have prizes and skipping around again what I'm supposed to say here. You can see all those prizes and donators. If you go to the website for the AWC, if you go to the schedule page, there is now a link there that will take you to all the giveaway prizes. Because it was such a big list, we don't have it easy to hand to put on screen like we did last year. And so that's the best way to probably go see it. If you also go on the feedback form, you will see the link there to see the list of prizes and the companies who have worked with and partnered with the AuthorTube Writing Conference this year. Note that you can fill out the form multiple times, so multiple entries are allowed. It's one per session speaker. So most of our sessions will have roughly 3 speakers. Some will have 2, or 1 if it's our special guest speakers. So you can watch everyone that's in that session and submit a feedback form on each speaker. And each one counts as an entry into the giveaway prizes. So now in the same presentation, all giveaway winners will be announced during the closing session on Sunday, June 25th. So are there any questions so far?
Yes. So,
sorry.
So we had Christina Laska talk about, is there a link for people attending to donate? And I saw Andy at Easy Graphics gave the answer. So I thought I'd get that out there. You can donate to the Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/authortubewritingconference.com. And yesterday we just hit our goal. So anything else is gravy. So that'll be amazing. And we appreciate anyone who throws a tip our way on the Ko-fi. That is perfect. Bonnie being Bonnie, do you have a notebook ready?
I mean, we have one for the AuthorTube Writing Conference.
I mean, like I said, planner dorks, here we go. Here's all my stickers and my annotations and all that kind of fun stuff. So
I haven't opened it up yet.
Yes, and she has the merch. There's also a merch tab on the website. So if you feel like treating yourself to something, that's there. Anita's got her watch list picked out. Awesome. And I think that is it for questions. Let me just revisit the bottom of the main thing. See if there's any more. Yep, Ko-fi link. Thank you, everybody, being on the ball. I think that's it for questions. So, speakers waiting patiently. Let's see. Let's introduce our guests who are presenting awesome content during the conference. And you want to bring them on, or?
Yeah, you want me? Okay, we'll just one at a time here. We'll give you big screen.
Hello, I wasn't expecting to be first. Thank you so much for inviting me to be here for the opening of the conference. This is so exciting. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I wasn't able to attend the last conference because I was away at an actual in-person conference. So it's going to be really lovely to be taking part this year. If you don't know me, my name is Emma Bennett and I am a UK-based author. I write contemporary romance and the occasional children's picture book. And I am going to be speaking on perfecting your author brand. I believe it's session 12 on Sunday. So hopefully you'll be able to come along and check that out.
And she's also one of our first page critique panelists who will be with us tomorrow. So next we'll bring out Courtney. I should have brought Courtney out first. And I'll give you a big screen.
I'm okay with being the middle child, so totally fine. Hi, everyone. My name is Courtney. I write under the pen names Lyra Parrish, and I co-write or used to co-write under Kennedy Fox. It's a USA Today best-selling pen name. I started writing in 2011, self-published my first book in 2014, and since then I have self-published 52 romance novels. I have a YouTube channel called The Courtney Project where I talk about all of that stuff. So yeah, I am presenting at this conference. So excited to be here. I am doing a work smarter, not harder presentation. It's very long. And yeah, I think it's going to be very helpful to everyone who's trying to do it all, trying to write all the books, trying to market and do everything, and just make it a lot easier for you guys to have more time to write and not completely be 100% on social media every single day. So yeah, that's about my presentation. That's about me. And always, if you have any questions, I'm around to ask them. So thank you.
Yay. I definitely need your presentation because of everything I've been doing with AuthorTube Writing Conference stuff. I haven't written anything in over a month.
Oh my goodness. You'll get there.
Some balance. All right. And we'll bring up our last person.
Hi.
Elaine.
Hi, I'm Elaine Canyon, sweetly writing happily ever after, one book at a time. I'm a sweet fantasy romance author, and I'm presenting at this conference this year on discovery writing, how to thrive as a discovery writer. And then on my content on YouTube, you can also find videos on cover design and self-publishing on a really tiny budget. And I bring up cover design because I've donated one of the prizes you can win this year. So one of the things you can win this year is a 1-hour book cover consultation with me. My day job is graphic design. The videos I put up about graphic design or about cover design are graphic design videos. So they're teaching you the fundamentals of graphic design, so your book covers look really good if you choose to make them yourself, or if you're working with a cover designer, they give you the words and the vocabulary you need to actually say what you want to have happen, or to communicate when something doesn't look right and you just don't know why. And so you'll get a 1-hour consultation with me to be able to go over either an existing book cover you have, or to take a book cover or to create a book cover with me, to figure out what your elements need to be and how it needs to be laid out and where to get started in that process of building your own book cover.
And thank you so much for telling us about that. And I look forward to the Discovery Writer one too, because I'm a Discovery Writer. I find Elaine has some good videos on discovery writing that I hadn't thought of, different ways to approach discovery writing, which I really enjoyed. So what presentations are you guys looking forward to? Mute buttons.
I'm really looking forward to Easy Graphics presentation, which is going to be in just under 3 hours now. Oh, there he is popping up there. I'm going to be moderating on that one, and it's about using technology to find KDP, Amazon words for KDP and things to help you get those special words that, you know, make us stand out. You want those keywords, and I'm useless at finding those, honestly. So I've had a little bit of a sneak peek at what he's going to be presenting, and it should be really, really good. So I'm so looking forward to that.
But you also have a social media manager that you work with, don't you?
I do, yes. She does all that stuff for me, but I want to be able to do it myself, because I'm a hybrid author. So I have self-published books, but they are a little bit put on the wayside because I've just got so much to do with the traditionally published ones. But I think stuff like this that really helps you to streamline how you're going to go about the technical parts of self-publishing can be really, really helpful.
I'll go next. I'm super excited for MK Williams' presentation on audiobooks. I've never wanted to actually act or be on a stage, but the idea of like a script reading and a table reading was always something that I thought would be super cool. And then I learned about audiobooks, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is just like that. That's the exact same thing that I've always thought would be super fun to do. So I'm excited to learn from her and find out how to go about that process, because I really would love to narrate my own audiobooks.
Me too.
I am looking forward to Michael's presentation on dictation.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know I have been talking about it for years, for learning how to just completely dictate. Eventually I want to switch over to that, because your girl's getting kind of old, and these wrists are not going to be able to type forever. So I'm looking forward to his presentation. He's always very good with how he presents, and it's clear and straightforward. So I know that it's going to be amazing.
I think some of the first videos I ever commented on your channel were the audio ones that where you talk about dictation. When you were talking about the different programs, like there's one on a phone I think you mentioned that you used, and I tried it out, but I didn't do so well with it.
Yeah, man.
Otter? I think it was Otter.
Otter, yeah. Otter's amazing. I took this dictation, like a little bitty class, and it helped a lot. But I know Michael's just gonna blow it out of the water with all that.
Definitely. I have to say, I didn't have a proper intro. If y'all didn't know, I've been up late with trying to get everything, especially with the website not working. I was up till 3 o'clock this morning trying to get it to work, and gave up on it, and then back up again, tried it again this morning. But so I didn't have my proper intro, and I wanted to say I do have a new book that has launched. You can buy it on or pre-order it on Kickstarter. It's my first Kickstarter I'm doing. It's A Curse of Scales and Feathers. I completely dictated the drafts on this. This is my first book I did complete dictation. So I'm looking forward to whatever tips and tricks I can learn from Michael's for sure. And then I would say, Margaret, you're odd person out here. No, because we're all romance. We all have romance. It's part of our writing.
I have romantic elements in my historical
You do?
fiction. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I am very much looking forward to Emma's author brand presentation. So I know that's not until Sunday, I think, but yes. And let's see, I brought up PDF schedule to see Shelby Lee's Selling Your Books on TikTok was the other highlight that I was very excited about, because
Can
I
make a
dabble
note?
on TikTok, but I'm nowhere near ready to go. So
Well, I would like to make a note about Shelby Lee. If you guys did not know, when she applied as a speaker. We were blown away by her pitch. And when we had a spot open up, we asked her if she wanted to move up. She had like, I don't know what, 300 and some subscribers at the time, which met the speaker level, because speakers were 500 or fewer subscribers. When I went to go move her on the schedule, I saw that she was over the 500 mark. I was like, wow, she's really grown. I went today and she's over 1,000. So she has fans or people who believe in her marketing. And her channel is all about marketing as an author. So I was like, okay.
she's got two. She's got a
She does have
marketing
two. She's one about
channel that she's
poetry.
sharing on, but also
Yeah.
poetry is what she writes. And so poetry chapbooks on TikTok are like her jam. So if that is for you, Ariadne out there, definitely check it out. We've got more time, so if you guys have more questions, feel free to drop them in. Like I said, we've got a schedule, we've got giveaways that you can definitely check out, and we want to just make sure that you've got that instruction in your head to fill out the feedback form so that we know how to improve for next year.
I did want to make a point that Alyssa Matasek, one of our special guest speakers, she got sick overnight and she emailed me. I was awake when she emailed me at 3 o'clock in the morning still. And I saw her email saying that she lost her voice, so she can't present today.
Yeah. So hopefully she'll be feeling better and come back and comment and,
She said
chit
she'd be
chat
back
with
in
people
timeline.
who, are interested in the same topic. So yeah. I like this. Author J.M. Sully, trying to plan my entire weekend around the seminars I want to watch. What else are you going to do this weekend, right?
Yeah, that's me as well, completely. I'm just disappointed because I really want to watch Estelle's presentation because that sounds so good, but it's on at the same time as me.
Yeah.
So if I look distracted at all, it's because on another screen I've got Estelle and I'm commenting in her chat.
It's the benefit of it being YouTube is that we can go back and we can watch it after.
I would say that there was someone who had emailed me and said, hey, my presentation is going at the same time as this person. Is that right? And I thought, oh, well, they're friends. That's probably why she was asking me. And I was like, oh, we didn't look at like ties in the community. We looked at channel sizes. So we didn't want someone who has like 1,000 subscribers going up against someone who has 200 subscribers. So we did the best that we could to match up channel subscribers. I mean, it wasn't perfect. And of course, people dropped out and we moved around speakers. So there's some that are really way off, especially the one with MK Williams, because she's got way more than everybody else that was at the guest speaker level. So it was hard to match her up with anybody that was going to be able to compete. But we tried to do what we could.
Yes.
Oh, I do want to note, for those of you who may be new to YouTube and or the AuthorTube Writing Conference, we do have just the one playlist this year compared to last year where we had two. But just so you know, if you just play from the playlist, so you're on the opening session, it will automatically go to the keynote speaker next. And then, of course, it's going to skip over Alyssa because she was the next hour after that. But then the hour after that, we have 3 speakers, I believe. And so it will automatically go to that first speaker in the playlist. So if you want to see someone else in that same hour, you want to skip it to the person that you want to watch. Just note that it will go automatically, but it may not choose the one you want.
Right. So what would happen if you just went through is you'd be live for the first one and then be watching a replay for the next one.
Yeah.
So, just be aware on the side, the playlist.
Yeah.
Check it out. Rachel D. Adams with the question, how long will the replays be available? Shanon.
We ask all speakers to keep it available for the life of the AuthorTube Writing Conference or their channel, whichever one comes first. We can't force anybody to do it, but, we ask for it. Hopefully it works.
Andy's answering forever. Which, depending on how the AI discussion goes, may or may not change as an answer. How long do we think Google will exist? I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully people will be having fun learning, putting stuff like this in the chat, having fun conversations about the topics and being surprised by something they didn't know, to quote Pocahontas.
My title, A Curse of Scales and Feathers, came from one of the special guest speakers presentations last year. Rachel Lockman sang. Her presentation was on titling your stories, your books. So
I loved that one. It was so good.
yeah, it was really, really good. I had just Scales and Feathers. I just know I was going to call it Scales and Feathers. I didn't know what else I was going to call it, but yeah.
Very cool. So I'm looking and I don't think I see any other questions in the chat, but I do see a lot of, we had a question for Elaine. I think Elaine answered in the chat. Did you want to address this from Angela Spears?
Yeah, I can go into it a little bit more here real quick. So the number one thing that I see when I see a writer try to create their own book cover is that they focus a lot on trying to get color in there, and they don't understand how to use lighting in their color to create depth into the in the cover and in the imaging that they're doing. And so you get these really flat looking colors that almost look like paper cutting, like they've just taken strips of paper and cut it together. And they're missing a lot of what creates that pull into a cover. And we do that as designers using methods for depth. And I actually have a video planned to come out, I think it's planned for August, on depth in cover design and how to create that using different elements.
Welcome, Troy from Plotter. I don't know if you messed up time zones like I did.
Yeah, my calendar for some reason said 1:30, and so I was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, so I found it now. I'm here. Hi.
Yay. Would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself and tell us about your presentation, when you're going to present, and a little bit about it?
Sure, absolutely. Well, so I'm Troy Lambert. I'm the education lead at Plotter, and I believe I'm presenting at 5 Mountain Time. Somebody said Mr. Plotter. Oh my goodness.
I like it. It's a good moniker.
So embarrassing. All right, but that's all right. I'll take it. Anyway, I believe it's 5 Mountain Time, and I'm basically going to be talking about 5 different ways you can use Plotter to plan your stories. I'm going to kind of give you, hopefully, if you're a Plotter user, I'll give you some new stuff. If you're not a Plotter user, I'm going to give you an overview of how Plotter works and why you might want to use it to plan your stories. And essentially, the way I came to Plotter was it's a very visual outlining tool, and I'm a very visual person. So I used like corkboards and whiteboards and stuff like that. And as you can imagine, that did some terrible things to my office and my wife's nerves. So I needed a different solution. I tried a whole bunch of different things, and Plotter ended up being the solution for me. And I've been using it a long time, so it's a long story. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about that story, and I'm going to tell you some of the ways that I've seen people use Plotter. And hopefully you'll be able to take one of those ways and use it in a way that you can use Plotter to plan your own stories.
And Plotter is also offering 3 one-year free subscriptions to their program, their software, which is $99 worth each one. Yeah. So that's part of the giveaway prizes.
That is awesome. We also have a discount for you that I'll tell you more about at the during the actual presentation, but we have a discount for you guys as well. So yeah, kind of a 2-part deal. So if you are thinking about trying Plotter, this is probably a good time for you to do it.
Yeah, and you can do it. You don't have to be an actual plotter to use Plotter. We had a chance to interview them for this podcast, which won't come out for a couple more months, the episode. But yeah, you don't have to be a plotter to use Plotter.
So we had some fellow Mountain Time residents calling out, but also I wanted to point out Six Cats Press. This conference last year inspired me to start my own channel. Yay! So that's awesome. I love seeing inspirational action and people coming back to let us know our effect. It's fun.
Someone else said Mr. Plotter. Oops, do I get it? I hit the wrong one. It moved on me. There you go. Thanks, Mr. Plotter. I've been looking at it.
That is so funny. Yeah, I had somebody call me the plot guru the other day, and I'm like, no, don't. It just makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why it makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, it makes me feel weird inside. So
yeah, Joanne, she's getting ready to publish her second book later this year, and so she has this advice for anyone who wants to address it.
Sophomore effort.
What's that? Sophomore
effort. How do you approach a second book? How do you do a comeback or a sequel or a
How do you approach a second? I'll share something really quick. Is that I made a terrible mistake with my second book, and you probably should not make that mistake. My first book that was commercially successful, my first novel that was commercially successful, made me very, very happy. And I was like, this is fantastic. So now I don't need to market nearly as hard because people are waiting for the second book, right? Right? You were all waiting for the, no, they weren't. It was a really odd experience for me to realize that they weren't, because I didn't tell them about it. I didn't do any marketing. It's not that I didn't do any, I did much less marketing for the second book because I thought I could get away with that. And guess what? You can't. The book that is not marketed doesn't sell. And so I had to do a reset and do a bunch of marketing after I released it to get it back up to the level that the first one made, because I made the mistake of thinking that the world was waiting for my second book. The world is not waiting for your, I'm up to number 32 now. The world is not waiting for my 33rd book. They actually, if I don't market it, they don't care. They don't know that it exists, and they don't care.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Troy.
Oh,
It's a premiere with our keynote speaker starting in 1 minute. So it's going to start automatically. And I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have put this question up, and looking at the time. Time is messing with me today. It is not having me. So I am so sorry, Troy.
It is okay. No worries. Let's go.
Okay. We'll see you guys all throughout the conference. Thank you so much for coming, and have a great day.